Hey guys, Saturn here, and welcome back to another Pokemon Masters Datamine discussion video. So, there's a lot to talk about because the Datamine's been out for almost 2 days now. I'm sorry this is late. I wanted to get it out last night, but I was very busy with other things. And of course, we have got some other news today, which I'll go over at the end of the video. But let's begin. So first of all, before I jump into the news and pairs, this is the 1.5 year anniversary for Pokemon Masters. And with the 0.5 anniversary and with the 1 year anniversary, they're doing a lot. And this will give us all of the content between late February from tomorrow. The content starts tomorrow, the 26th of February, all the way to 30th of March is when. So I think don't expect anything before early April, is all I can say. But, you know, they might surprise us with a late March download, but I'm not expecting anything. Let's start off with the new sync pairs coming into Pokemon Masters this month. First of all are the first ever Master Sync pair in Pokemon Masters, Leon and Charizard. Now, can somebody please remind me what we got for the 0.5 year anniversary? Wasn't it Suit Red and Charizard? Do you see the problem here? They've had 1.5 years, but they have not had double Pokemon. You know, instead of giving Morty a second Gengar, they gave him Drifblim, a Pokemon he's only used in Heart Gold and Soul Silver in the rematches, in the in Kanto's fighting dojo. You know, they gave. I'm trying to think of another good example. Who else is there that they haven't given a Pokemon that would really be fitting? Well, no, it is fitting. Maylene. Instead of giving her a second Lucario like they gave to Karina, they gave her a Medicham, which still fits Maylene. And again, both of those still fit. And so why couldn't they have given Leon Dragapult? Make it a Ghost Striker. We need a Ghost Striker a lot more than we need a Fire Striker. But whatever, it's been done now. I've pretty much accepted it. I mean, I've had a week since the leaks came out. But let's just talk about it for now. First of all, 3 types covered with this one sync pair. That's what makes it a Master Sync pair in my opinion, not the Master Passive, even though that is really good. But this is what makes it a Master Sync pair. You've got Inferno with 183 base power but only 50% accuracy, but you'll see why that's not important in a minute. But it has 4 gauges, much like Red's Blast Burn, and it always burns the target. So it's actually better than Blast Burn in that sense because you're always burning the target, whereas it's only sometimes, I think, with Blast Burn. Hurricane, 126 base power with 75% accuracy, 3 gauges and confuses 30% of the time. This one has been previously seen on Sigma Suit Blue, or not Sigma Suit Blue, just regular Blue. And I'm fairly sure there's another unit that has Hurricane as well, I can't think of who it is. But it's a very good move, and with the accuracy that Leon and Charizard are going to have, which you'll see in a minute, you know, this is going to be a worthwhile unit to summon on, I guarantee. And Earthquake, previously seen on Cynthia and Garchomp. If you use Sandstorm and get Surging Sand on Leon, or Sand Shelter or something like that, then that will be really useful for your Earthquake, because we know how devastating that is as an AoE attack with 100 base power, 100 accuracy and 3 gauges with Cynthia. Cynthia is probably one of the most units I've used since I got her back in, I want to say May, last year. And then Striker Pose, which is Leon's training move, which gives him +2 attack, +2 special attack, +1 crit, -1 sync move countdown, a free move, which is just, it won't use any gauges, which is similar to what N has, and -1 defense and -1 special defense, but it only has 1 move power, but I don't know. If you give him, you could give Leon Unbending, or I don't know what the special defense nullifying ability is called, but you probably want Critical Strike 2 or Surging Sound or something like that. So this isn't the best because Leon's stats in the defense department are pretty awful, but if you bring along Salamence or something, you'll be fine. And for the sync move, Champion Time Fire Blast. Of course, Champion Time, of course, that would show up somewhere. If it wasn't his training move, it would be his sync move. And, you know, it's fine. I don't mind it. Obviously, in the summer, whenever they decide to do Gigantamax, this will change. And this is what I'm saying now. It is very likely that the only reason that Leon has Charizard is because he can Gigantamax Charizard. And so when in the summer Gigantamax is introduced, he'll get something for his 6-star EX, or maybe be called Champion Time Max Wildfire. Or at least that's what I would assume that they're going to call it. I have actually come up with a few of the different names for sync moves. For Gigantamax, and even non-Gigantamax, but that's for another video. And here is his 6-star EX design. What were they thinking? The upper half is fine. Like, I get the orange, I get the black, and the cape actually looks really nice, because that's obviously supposed to be the inside colour of Charizard's wings. But what were they thinking with the lower part? Oh good lord, they should have done Shiny Charizard, even though technically keep the top half normal Charizard, but then for the lower ones have it be like black, similar to his the top half colour in normal 5-star design. But anyway, stats wise, 684 HP, 424 attack, 143 defense, 424 special attack, 143 special defense, and 318 speed. Not bad. Attack and special attack wise, completely busted. But special defense and defense wise, oh god, you're going to need defensive supports, and that's a guarantee. Maybe bringing along Xerneas would be a really useful support to have with Charizard, or with Leon's Charizard specifically, to differentiate now. Because you have, on the first sync move, you have the buffing it to 6. Buffing it all the way to 6. Plus 6. Which you can get, for the moment, you can get Sycamore completely free if you play through the Give and Take legendary event. So I suggest that you go and do that now. You can get them up to 5 out of 5 if you go and do the the Full Force Battle round 2. And for the passive abilities, Piercing Gaze, which completely negates the 50% accuracy and 75% accuracy of Inferno and Hurricane. Moves will never miss. This is overpowered. This is just completely overpowered. MP Rekindle 2. I'm not sure if this is the same thing that what it was called with when Nate had this same similar ability. But it's the same kind of thing. When you have 30% chance to regain an MP when a move is successful. This should be given to all of the units who have limited numbers on their moves. So Sigma-Suit Grimsley, Morty, Halloween Acerola, you know, the ones who, because you don't run out, which is a bit of a problem, especially if you don't have Morty 2 out of 5. You can't even get a single MP refresh on Phantom Force, which is really annoying. Super Preparation 4. 50% chance to make the next super effective move more powerful. That's going to be really useful. That's going to be really, really useful. Especially when you do it with the Master passive ability, Gala Flag Bearer. Plus 10%, up to 30% for every different Gala unit that's on your team. So if you have, let's say you have his Gloria, that'd be up to 30% or plus 30%, or just his and, I don't know, maybe Xerneas, then that would just be 20%, or if it was just Skylar, Misty and Leon, it would just be 10%, which is plus all that to damage that you deal, minus 20% and up to 26%, so that's 3% for each Gala unit, enemy damage. So this thing pair is completely busted. If you want to summon for them, go for it. He starts in a few hours. I don't even think it's 12 hours now. It's not very long from when I'm recording this. Next up are Marnie and Morpeko. Is it Morpeko? Morpeko? I have no idea. I haven't known that since, I don't know, was it August when Morpeko was announced? Now this unit, at first it looks fairly weak, but you will see it can be very strong. Thundershock, 17 base power, 1 gauge, 100% accuracy. Not too good a move, am I right? But Power Trip, 13 base power, 100% accuracy, 2 gauges, more powerful the more the stats are raised. 13 base power for a 2 gauge move? That's not good. That's not good. Aura Wheel, 80 base power, 100% accuracy, and 3 gauges is +1 speed, and it also becomes Dark type when you're in Hangry mode. Then Snack Time, the trainer move. Speed raises are now also attack raises, so if you have speed +6, they also become attack +6. So if you use Aura Wheel 6 times before using Snack Time, then you would have +6 attack. +1 crit if you're in Hangry mode, or if you're in Full Belly mode. Gradual Heal activates, similar to what you can do with Signature Leaf's Mega Healing and Misty's Catch If You Can. And it has 2 move power, so you can use it maybe once in Full Belly mode and once in Hangry mode. And for the same move, it's called Hangry Wild Charge, and it increases the power if the target is paralysed. Now, I don't have all the sync grid details, but if you want to, if you utilise the sync grid and you have Marnie 3 out of 5, according to Postmon, who if you don't watch, you should definitely go watch them. They're very good and they do a lot more than I do with these kind of videos. They can be as strong as Bianca, which if you don't use Bianca, then you're missing out. Bianca is a great unit to have, and I'm very glad that I was able to get her in one of my multis on, I believe it was probably one of the Valentine's units. Might actually have been the Christmas units, I can't remember. But anyway, here's Marnie's 6-star EX design. If I hadn't gone to Photoshop a couple weeks ago and made my own custom design for Marnie's 6-star EX, I wouldn't be as disappointed as I am. However, I did do that, so I'm disappointed. That yellow does not suit Marnie. What I feel they should have done is made that the dark purple and then had the yellow be the I don't know, what do you even call that? The hair things that she has, so swap the colours around. And then the dress she's got on, that's fine. Stats wise, at level 130, all of these stats are at level 130. 620 HP, 338 attack, 170 defense, 318 special attack, special defense is 170, and speed is 367. That's not bad, like, that's fine. I don't see any problems with that there at all. Now, passive abilities, Mood Swing. Powers up electric or dark moves depending on if you're in Hangry mode or in Full Belly mode. Hostile Environment 5. Raises the chance of inflicting status conditions, so that'll be if you use Thundershock, I assume, more likely to inflict paralysis. And Hunger Switch. Changes between Hangry and Full Belly mode when a move is successful. That's going to be really useful. Next up is one of my favourite units to be introduced to this game. Champion Iris and her Dragon. Now, Iris, like, on her own, is currently the Dragon type sync pair that I use most other than Lizia. But this unit is just so good. When I found out that they were going to be having Champion Iris, I was excited because I felt like, mostly because of the fact that we would be getting a Champion Iris remix, which I've been waiting a year and a half for, and Oh my lord, it was worth it. It's so good. I'll probably have it playing in the background at some point in the video. But also, this is just a really good unit. First of all, it has Breaking Swipe, which is a new move introduced in the Sword and Shield games, which is AoE and lowers attack. It only has 30 base power though, but it's 2 gauges. Snarl, another 2 gauge move and is AoE, and lowers target's special attack, and it has 39 base power, so if you're on a Dark Week stage, I'm sure that'll be fine. Especially if you don't have like Karen or Hilbert in his Halloween suit. You know, this is what you should go for, I suppose, probably, or probably Marnie would probably be better, but nonetheless. Dragon Rush. This move, 130 base power, 75% accuracy, and 3 gauges. Now I have a little history with Dragon Rush because I was playing the Pokemon fan game Xenoverse not too long ago, last week, and this move messed me up so bad. This move is just overpowered. 3 heads, which is the training move. Move gauge acceleration, -1 sync countdown, +2 attack for allies and self, and 1 crit for itself. 2 MP. So move gauge acceleration, that's like Sailor Suit Blue, -1 sync countdown, that is like, I want to say that there's Mega Healing, there's, which is on Sailor Suit Leaf, there's Propulsion 1, other units like Charizard, Red's Charizard specifically, and you know, it's not something uncommon. Another one, Sailor Suit Elisa and Sailor Suit Cynthia both have it as well. So it's not uncommon very much, but this is a tech unit, obviously. And the sync move, Triple Threat Dragon Rush. The more the target's stats have been lowered, the more powerful the move. So if you want to keep using Snarl and Breaking Swipe, that's going to be really good. 6-star EX design. Oh my lord, this is so good. This is so good, and I'm very happy with it, and I can't believe they've made it so good. I'm just hoping that they can keep up with this trend with the next new unit that we'll be seeing in a minute. But this 6-star EX design is so good, and I would definitely be 6-star EXing Iris when I get her at some point. HP 635, attack 392, defense 186, special attack 392, special defense 186, and speed 269. Passives. Piercing Gaze, we've seen that on Leon. Power Loving, the more the target stats have been lowered, the more powerful moves are. This is going to be really useful. It's basically what the sync move does, but for all moves. So for Breaking Swipe, if you have attack and special attack lowered, that's going to be more powerful. And Dragon Rush, with that's just going to be overpowered. And Double Down, stat lowers are doubled, so if you use Snarl once, you have instead of dropping special attack by 1, it drops it by 2. And really, I just have nothing bad to say about this unit. It's a really, really solid Dragon type unit, and will work as a Dark Striker, I guess, as well. But mostly a Dragon type unit, I'd say. But still, a really good one. And finally, the last new unit for this update was Diantha and Gardevoir. The biggest meme in the Pokemon Masters community is that Diantha and Gardevoir have been in the title screen since launch, and it's been 1.5 years, and now they show up. But anyway, this sync pair is going to be really good, and I'm really hoping I can get Diantha and Gardevoir because they just have, like, I just don't have a good fairy type unit. I summoned for both Valentine's units, but no. Anyway, Dazzling Gleam, 50 base power, 100% accuracy, and 2 gauges. I will just put a star next to the 2 gauges and 3 gauges, and even the 50 BP and 98 BP. You could kind of make that 100 base power and 3 gauges, and let's go on 98, 206 base power for 4 gauges. You'll see why in a minute, and it has a 30% chance to lower target special attack with Moonblast as well. and it's AoE with Dazzling Gleam. Dire Hit Plus, which we know what that does, that raises crit by 2 stages if I remember correctly. And Time to Shine, plus 2 special attack, plus 2 special defense, plus 3 gauges if Mega, and it has 2 MP. And plus 3 gauges, that just refreshes the move gauge by 3. And sync move is Master Thespian Moonblast. Becomes Mega until the end of the battle. This is an incredible unit already, and you'll see why I changed those stats and those gauges around in a minute. This 6-star EX design is so good. So good. This gives me, well, obviously it's supposed to be Shiny Mega Gardevoir, but you know, it also kind of reminds me of Shiny Umbreon. Like, you can see where I'm coming from, I'm sure. But this is an incredible. Both of the non-Gala units, 6-star EX designs, are so good this month, and it's quite ironic that it's seemingly 2 of every update have these really good 6-star EX designs. Iris and Hydreigon and Diantha and Gardevoir this time, Piers and Obstagoon and Dawn Alchemy last month. But there's some other real good 6-star EX designs that we'll see in a minute. Level 130 stats, 662 HP, 212 attack, 177 defense, 370 special attack, 131 special defense, 254 speed. This is great. Not so great about the defense and special defense, but there is a buff for special defense. For the special defense, yeah. And of course, you can just bring along Sycamore, who will just boost your defense, which is very powerful. Passive abilities. Hit the Gas 5, 50% increase to moves, and plus 1 gauge to moves. So that's the first thing to work out, to see when I'm adding like a gauge and the moves doubling their base power. That's not the whole thing though, because you'll see in a minute. Propulsion 1. We've already talked about this with Iris and Hydreigon because I used it as an example, but it has 20% chance to reduce the sync move countdown by 1. Mutually Assured. This is only a sync move, not sync move, passive if it's before the first sync move. All status conditions will affect the target, or if you hit Gardevoir with poison, the target will also be poisoned, so it's kind of like synchronized in the main series. And Fairy Power 5 replaces Mutually Assured, and it will boost moves by 50%, giving us that 100% increase that I added on in the last part. Also, Diantha's theme is so good, and I just want to thank Blizzard for uploading it to YouTube, because, well, all of the themes to YouTube. I'm just so glad to be friends with someone who is just doing all the work and uploading all the music. And I know, before you say Absolutely is doing it as well, yeah, I know, but in my opinion, Blizzard deserves it more. That's just me though, but whatever. And let's take a look at the 3 new 6-star EX designs for previous units. Finally, the long-awaited Skylar and Swanna. It looks fine. I'm gonna obviously be using 6-star EX Skylar and Swanna. We've just had the rally to have the 6-star EX, so I'll use 50 Champion Spirit and get 6-star EX Skylar and Swanna. I think it's probably tomorrow. Karina and Lucario. Now, this was the same pair that I voted for personally. I don't know why I didn't vote for Skylar, but I voted for Karina and Lucario, and it looks fine. It looks really good actually. I think if the blue was a bit darker, that would have been even better, but it looks fine as it is. Okay, fine, now I'll talk about it. The best 6-star EX design there is in this game has been given to us in this update. Am I partially saying that because of the character? Yes, but mostly just because that colour, the colour of the jacket, that turquoise is just, it's my favourite colour. If you were seeing the room around me, it's that colour. And I really just love this design. It's definitely one I'm going to be 6-star EX, and I will be 6-star EX on Hilbert straight away as soon as I actually get Hilbert at some point. Please. But anyway, the new events and scouts. Let's take a look at the dates and what kind of events we can expect over the next month. The Champion Time event starts tomorrow morning and ends on the 18th of March. This will feature Leon, Gloria, and Marnie. Gloria, we'll talk about Gloria in a minute. She is getting a rerun, of course, but you know, it features mostly Leon and Marnie because they're their new units, but Gloria as well because, well, she did get an event herself, the Prestige event. This one's like more of a story event. Then there's Yell and Dream, a second Leon, Marnie and Gloria event starting on the 4th of March, which is when the Gloria Scout starts and ends at the same time as the Champion Time event. So yeah, this one's more structured, seemingly like the May event, the Team Home Unite from January, whereas this one is more like the Lizio event in November. And hopefully in this one we'll see Piers at some point, because he didn't get an event, and that's such a shame because he's one of the most loved galley units. And given that, I'm actually surprised he wasn't a Pokefair unit. Somehow, Marnie is a Pokefair unit. I have no idea how. Then we'll be getting a rerun of the legendary event New World Dilemma, which I'm not going to say Sinnoh confirmed, but we did get that Pokemon Presents announcement. So Sinnoh confirmed. I'm kidding. But, you know, I'm just hoping. This will start at the same time as Yell and Dream. If you haven't got Cyrus and Palkia, this is the time to get them. You can get them to 5 out of 5, 20 out of 20, and now Cyrus and Palkia are the second free-to-play legendary unit to get a Sync Grid and to be unlockable to level 130. And that Sync Grid is good. Like, Cyrus is already a really powerful unit, and so this is just going to be even more powerful. So definitely play this event, especially if you don't have Cyrus and Palkia already. Then on the 18th of March we get the Shining Heart of Dragons, which features Lance, Iris, and Diantha. And obviously Iris in her champion suit. And so that starts on the 18th of March and ends on the 4th, or not on the 4th, on the 2nd of April. I don't know why I decided to read that American style. But I really am looking forward to all of these events. We have the Blissful Bonanza, which starts on the 22nd of March and ends on the 2nd of April, which Blissful Bonanza events are so useful. They're very good. If you don't play them, play them. And the Fairy and Normal Egg event. It's an egg event. It's more just Gen 1 and Gen 2 Pokemon. Like, come on, you're going to do a Fairy type egg event and you're not even going to have like a single card-based Pokemon. That's disappointing. But whatever. The Latias Legendary Arena starts on the 31st of March and ends on the 14th of April. There is no new music. This is the first time we've had a new Legendary Arena and there is no new music. Obviously, I understand why. I was kind of expecting it, but I'm still a little upset, so can't lie. But it'll basically just be the Latias Legendary Arena, but it'll be week 2 Dark and Fairy, which is I assume, for Diantha, and possibly you could argue it's Iris, but I think it's probably more for mine. Maybe even. I don't know. There's another unit I can't. Maybe there's like an April Dark type unit. Even though Cresselia's weak to Dark, and that was for Piers. And now let's move on to the Scouts. Starting tomorrow, we've got the Leon Master Fair Scout. I have no idea what the rates for this thing are going to be, and I am just looking forward to waking up and finding out, because this is going to be a lot of fun. I can already see how much fun this is going to be. And obviously we'll end at the same time as the Yelling Dream and the Champion Time event. Marnie's Pokefair is the same. Yes, it's a Pokefair, so Marnie and Leon, and actually all of the new units, I think almost every single Scout, unless I say otherwise, in this update is limited to the scout that I put them in. So Marnie, you can only get her on this scout until she gets a rerun. Leon, you can only get him in this Master Scout until he gets a rerun, which we have no idea how long it's going to be before a Master Fair rerun. I'm thinking 6 months. Like, it's between a seasonal and a Poke Fair. Though to be fair, they did keep us waiting for 6 months for Second Suit Cynthia, so I don't know. The Gloria Poke Fair Scout will return for the 4th of March till the 18th of March. If you don't have Gloria and Zacian, now is the time to get them. I do have Gloria, so I don't feel I need to summon on this. So that's all good. The Latias Spotlight Scout. Now this is not a Poke Fair Scout. Latias is in the general pool. There will not be higher rates for 5 stars like there are on Poke Fair Scouts. And I can prove that Latias is in the general pool because I got her on the Dawn Creamy banner. And this starts on the 15th of March and ends on the 29th of March. If you want to scout Lizia through this, that's fine. I mean, it's fine, but I'd say stick to the Poke Fair Scouts unless you really, really want Lizia. The Iris Poke Fair Scout will be the 18th of March till the 2nd of April. That's going to be good. You're going to be able to sign for Iris. Again, Iris is exclusive to this Poke Fair Scout. I have a feeling she'll get a rerun with Diantha, maybe in 4 or 5 months, but not before then, is my assumption. And this one, the Hilbert and Caitlin Spotlight Scout. Again, these two are actually in the main pool, but if you don't have them and you want them, this is the chance you have. So I will be summoning probably on this banner because I don't have Hilbert yet. I want to be able to get that 6-star X time. And so this runs from the 22nd of March till the 2nd of April. So that's going to be fun. Again, Caitlin doesn't actually get any buffs from this. I don't know why they're rerunning Hilbert with Caitlin rather than just on its own. Because Hilbert gets Synchrid, which I haven't mentioned yet. Hilbert's Synchrid is so good. It's so good. But I suggest if you're going to summon on this banner, summon on it, but save your gems for the Poke Fairs, mostly. And of course, the one that pretty much everyone's been saving for, the Diantha Poke Fair Scout, which starts on the 30th and ends on the 22nd of April. The 30th of March, not 30th of February, because there is no February 30th. Of course, this is the most long-awaited unit in this game. So I definitely get it. Get it while you can. And that's really all I think I have. I'm not entirely sure. Have I actually even made another slide? I have not. Yes, I do this on PowerPoint. I actually didn't make the outro slide, so we'll just talk about it here. Pokemon Presents announced for tomorrow. I'm excited. I think we're going to see some Sinnoh news, according to what Centro said. And if you don't trust Centro, that's fine. I personally do trust Centro because they did leak to us the Glastria and Spectria before the Crown Tundra. So hoping for some Sinnoh news tomorrow, but obviously I'm not going to get my hopes up because they could just be disappointed. And then on Sunday, and is it Saturday to Sunday? Sunday for me time is at midnight. We have the virtual concert, which I'm hoping I'll be there, but I don't know. And I'll be streaming on both the 27th and the 28th. Hang on, I'll be streaming on the 27th. That's definite. That's Pokemon 25. 28th. If the island for Ninjago comes out in English on the 28th, which I'm not entirely sure, I know it's coming out in French on the 28th, then I'll stream it. But if it's not coming out in English on the 28th, then I'll wait until it's out in English. But that's really all I have to say for this video, I think. If there is Sinnoh or main series Pokemon news tomorrow, then I will obviously be making a video about it. Tomorrow we have got our Carlos upload, which will be a Route 15 reorchestration, which is going to be nice. yes, I have been, if you don't follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter. I've been doing a lot to do with the different, days that we're, I've been doing a different region every day, which is reflected in the uploads I've been doing on the channel, the remasters, and I hope you're all still enjoying the remasters. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye.